Hello and welcome back. In this video we want to spruce up the front of this cab a little bit because it's looking like this. And it's going to look like this. Let's get at it. I've got a feeling this video is going to be the most boring one ever, and so it's probably going to be really short because essentially we're just taking bits off, sanding everything down and painting, and that's it. There's a lot of do a little bit, wait a long time for the paint to dry kind of thing. So what we want to do is basically take all the bits off that we can, because that'll be the easiest way to give it a good clean, good scrub, sand it down, and then start painting it. And then the rest we'll just have to really mask up as best we can, you know, the bits that we can't take off. So the bits that we can take off are things like the door card, for example. God, this is bright, isn't it? The door cards can come off. All of this trim can come off. Obviously the dashboard, I'm not sure if we're going to take out or just try and spray around it. But all these little bits can come off. The handbrake handle over here, that can come off, we can spray that. The inside panels, they can come off. The footwells, they can come off. So we're going to get all them out first because it's going to make life easy, and then clean it, sand it, spray it. Hopefully it looks nice. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's blowing a gale and it's freezing and it's nearly April. I don't know what's going on. We're supposed to be climbing up Scarfell Pike today, but it's blowing a gale up there as well, and we didn't really want to risk it. So van work it is. When you wanted to take this doorstep off, the sliding door, there's hidden screws. And I'm not even sure if I found them all yet, but they're really hard to find. They are covered up. Let me see if I can find one now. Where's it gone? They're covered up with little hidden caps. So I don't know if you're going to pick this up on the camera, but there is a small square that looks identical to the tread, and it's in there, and there's about 4 of them. So I'm going to go over with my finger, try and find them all. I found another one. Well, I did find another one. I've bloody lost it again now. There's another one there. I don't know if you can see this faint outline of the tread. That's a small square. And then there's another one underneath where the floor installation is, over here. So I'm going to just mark them all with a felt pen and then try and pry them out. We have a snag. So I found the holes for the bolts, got them out. I have quickly realised I can't take this step out because the floor that the previous owner has put in is coming across here, and this step, I don't know if you can see that, there's nowhere to get it out because the floor's there. So after all that effort, I'm going to have to spray it where it is. The good news is though that there's no rust under here, which is great. It is a bit dirty though, so I'm going to get the hoover out, give it a good clean, give it a wipe, grease everything up and then put it all back in. Bit disappointing, but not the end of the world. You know how when you start one job it just leads to a whole different job, and then that leads to a whole new job, and then you're 8 jobs deep and you've still not started the first job you set out to. That's what's happening on this. So I've put that footwell back in, wasted 45 minutes, no big deal. I've taken off the footsteps in the front of the van, and there is water coming in underneath. Let me show you. This is the passenger side. I took the plastic footwell out and it was full of water underneath here. So I've drilled a couple of drainage holes. I'm going to give this a good clean out and give it a spray with some Director Rust paint just to give it a protection. And in the meantime I'm going to figure out where this water's coming from. It's got to be from the seal and the door, so I'll work on that. On the other side, on the driver's side, exactly the same, filthy. This is just surface rust and dirt, it's nothing major. So I can give that a clean out. I've done a couple of drainage holes again. I think what I'm going to do whilst I'm doing this, cleaning all this up, I'm just going to rip out this old rubber matting floor, because that's going to come out on the next project anyway, so I might as well do that, see what's going on under there, give that a good clean up at the same time. Right, I'm just going to take this door card off so we can make life easier for myself. Apparently there is 2 bolts underneath this handle which should just pry off, which is sort of moving, so I think it will. And there is a sideways clip which I've not seen before. I don't know if you can see this here, but if you push that ring that's at the back in a certain direction, it clicks, and then you can pull that off nice and easy, and then the door card should pop upwards and off, hopefully. I know some people might look at this and think that it's just a bit daft to go to all this trouble for little bits of plastic that you can barely see. But I just think if you're going to do it, you spend all this time, effort and money, do it right, just do it full. Take that little bit of extra time and effort. Take these bits off, make sure they're all painted, so then when you've finished it, it looks like a professional job, not a shoddy DIY job. I'm also taking the time to just write on the back of these where they're coming from, because I'll forget. I'm also making sure whatever screws I take out are put in, or I tape to whatever they came out of, because I will lose them. That's just, I know I will. Right, almost everything is out other than where the seatbelt holders are, but I'm going to leave that till last because I've got to take the seatbelts off. Everything is out from under the footwell, all the plastic trim is off. The only thing which I've noticed is there are now 4 or 5 screws underneath this bottom half section of the dashboard, and I'm hoping that if I unscrew them, this whole bottom half just pops out nice and easy, because it's going to make my life a lot easier if it does. So I'm going to grab some lunch because I'm hungry, unscrew them and see what happens. Right, so I took those bolts out of the bottom of the dashboard, hoping that the hole underneath would just pop out, but it didn't. And it would seem that the whole top half has to come out first to get that out, and that's a bloody big job. It means taking out all the radio, all the heater bits underneath, and I don't think I want to. So I think what we're going to do is just leave that in, mask all the way around the windows, around the sides, best we can, mask all under here, and we'll just spray it where it is, because the effort isn't worth the reward, to be honest. Okay, everything is off. Everything is off. I've got 25 pieces. Let me show you what it looks like. The only thing still attached is the handbrake, obvious reasons. I think we can just take that off when we actually need to paint it. But look at everything else. There's about 25 bits to clean, sand and paint. It's a lot. Look at the state of the front now. It's just empty.
"2,000 years later."
Right, everything's sanded down. I'm gonna give everything a good scrubbing with some heavy duty scourer pads and some hot soapy water, and then we'll see what's going on. I gave everything a really good scrub with some soapy water, however it was still just a bit grimy, so I spent a few quid and I bought this isopropanol, I don't know if I'm saying that right, to see if I could get that off. It smells like ridiculously strong, but wasn't that great, so I've ended up using some £1 white spirit, which cleaned everything up really well. So I just put that on a scourer, went over everything, gave it a wash, gave it a wipe, and it is it's sparkling now. So now it is time to paint. And what I've gone with is a company called Buzzweld, if you can see that. Found them online, really good reviews, no one could say a bad word about them. This is what's called a PIO, it's in satin black. I think I've paid about 16 quid a can for this, but the upside is that you apparently don't need any primer. I'll leave the link for this company in the description so you can check it out yourself. I'm not affiliated in any way whatsoever, I just found them online and the reviews were great. I've just done the first light spraying with this. You do very light sprays a few times. Straight off the bat, fantastic. This little nozzle that it comes with, amazing. Right, I've done the first bunch of bits on the table here. I've not got much space, so I've got to do everything just bit by bit. Because the paint seems like such good quality and this nozzle makes it directional, it just gives you so much confidence on spraying, because obviously I have no idea how to spray something, but it just seems so easy. It says on the website you'll get addicted to spraying things, and I can sort of see why now, because that just felt so easy to do. I want to do everything. So I've got all these other bits to do now, so let's crack on. Okay, that's the first coat done on what I can fit on these two tables right now. It's raining and windy outside, so I can't do anything outside, unfortunately. But straight away, just look at the difference. Like, this is a very thin coat that I've put on. there's still another probably 2 coats to do. Really thin, but really easy. I genuinely, I am well impressed with this paint. It's made me really happy, because when you're taking all this to bits, you get nervous that it's going to look a bit shit, but so far, so good. Now it says to wait 30 minutes before putting the next coat on. I'm going to wait probably 40 minutes because it's pretty cold today. It's only like 7 degrees or something out here, so I don't really know how long it's going to take. But I'll pop out in 40 minutes, do another coat, and we'll see how it looks.
So while Andy's cracking on in the garage, I'm doing the same in the cab. I have sanded everything down. I'm just about to wash it just with some soapy water, and then I'm going to mask it and paint it.
Okay, everything has had 3 coats. It looks brilliant. We're dead happy. You might be noticing that the carpet has been done and the flooring's been done. That's because we've had to wait a few days for an extra couple of cans of paint because I didn't order enough. And so in those few days we've decided to do the flooring, which is the next video. If you want to watch that, you can go ahead. But now we can start getting all this off the paper and start putting all the bits back in and get it wrapped up.
Okay, so while we've got these covers off, we're going to take these old speakers out and we're going to replace them with these new 4-inch speakers. Are finally done in Patricia's cab. Everything is now in black, carpet's down, mats are down. Very happy. Can't wait to take her out for a spin. Don't forget to hit subscribe and make sure you put any comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.